Big news confirmed today for Need for Speed Unbound. Easily the most controversial thing about the reveal of the game so far has been tackled, and they've got a solution. Yes, you can turn off the driving effects in this game. They can be completely customized. You can have as much or as little as you want. Now, when I'm talking about driving effects, I'm talking about, all the pop-ups and the smoke and the anime speed lines and all the, chaos that's been going on in the trailers that honestly, from an art perspective, I think is kind of cool. I think it's unique. I'm definitely going to have it on some, maybe not all the time. We'll see how it works out in the series, but they have confirmed today that you don't actually have to have it on. You can just play the game as normal. Now, I'm assuming all the cutscenes are still going to have the anime characters, which is fine. But from like a driving perspective, it's going to look like any normal racing game if you want it to. What you guys have been watching in the background is the newest mini trailer. We're going to go through this. We're going to check everything out. So basically, once a week, we're going to get a drop that's going to have some sort of new intel, some sort of exciting new information, just kind of build up hype about the game. I can't believe we're only a few weeks away. But yeah, so this first scene here, I mean, we can see some of the effects in action. We've got some speed lines around the corners, all of these yellow lines here. We've also got, as we get a little bit closer to the car, you can see we've got cash notes that are flying by. They've got little polka dots and things. We're going to move forward here. It says choose your driving effects. And again, you can choose as many or as little as you want. And now we're actually seeing in-game menus from the game. So these are going to be our tags, driving effects, and you can see, is that a slice of pizza? That's kind of like that's like a deep dish pizza, like Chicago style, Lou Malnati's. This is called the burn effect, so you can see the tire smoke there is kind of fiery and stuff. We've got some squares on the wheels. Are those related? Are like each one of these things completely individual? They might be individual or they might come in sets. This is the DJ effect. So this is going to come with a circle on the wheel. This has blue and white smoke, and then we've got a baseball as kind of like an emote. We've got lyric here, which is going to be black smoke with records on the wheels and a record player, a stereo player that shows up. Card shark that has a rocking out eyeball. Dude, these are insane. This is green machine, purple and green, kind of cool. NFS. This vibe is just so unique, man. I can't wait to check this out, but it's also cool that we have the option to turn it off if we want. The second half of this video gets even more exciting. We get our first look at actual in-game gameplay with the HUD and everything else like that. We haven't seen these yet, so the quality's not the best. It is a Twitter video I had to download. Hopefully I can find a higher quality version somewhere, but we can see up in the top left, we've got our position in the race. Top right, you're going to have your race info, how much longer you have left, your percentage completed, laps, things like that. Bottom left is going to be your mini map, and then bottom right is going to be your speedometer. It looks like, of course, we've got our speed and revs and everything. I think this white bar is going to be our health. This looks like nitrous and maybe building nitrous and things. This first race here is called the OG, and it looks like we're activating our nitrous right at the very end, 179 yards to the finish line. You can see us activate it here. There's kind of a huge explosion of power, and it looks like we're going to be able to overtake first place to be able to get that win. So we move on to clip number 2 here. This is off the grid. We've got a couple of police cars going on. As we enter a drift, we can see the smoke start to pop up, all the effects going off to this. Oh my goodness. Cop cars in the daytime. Another daytime race here, inner city circuit. Right here, it looks like maybe... When we hit like a multiplier here, is that when this eyeball pops up? So, these obviously are there to look cool and add to the art style, but it's also, they're kind of indicators of, hey, it looks like is that maxed out our nitrous, or I'm honestly not even sure. Now it goes into this screen and you get kind of a little look at what it could look like without all of these effects. So again, it's showing that, you don't need these effects on. This is going to be a beautiful game just by itself. Or if you want to go a little bit crazy, you can have all the crazy effects on and have dice and things popping up in your screen. Again, I honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to use it some. I might be tempted to run with it a little bit less than most, but we'll see. Maybe we could switch it up and do every other episode or something. I really like that they're doing something different. I like that they're giving us full control of, exactly how we want to tailor our experience. So very, very cool trailer there. I'm excited we're getting one of these every week. There was a new write-up on the website. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read you guys a couple of highlights, but I really like the first paragraph here. So it says, Need for Speed Unbound is everything like the past Need for Speed titles, and yet nothing like them at all. The game is like a classic generation-defining muscle car that gets resurrected and redesigned with the style and bravado of tomorrow, and the same growly engine or new humming battery that peeled out in your parents' and your grandparents' dreams. I mean, this is a Need for Speed game through and through. It's going to look like Need for Speed. It's going to feel like Need for Speed. It's going to be what we know and love about Need for Speed. It's just kind of amplified a little bit. It's like we're a DJ remixing a song, and like, you know, they're giving us the tools to affect just how much we want it to be remixed, how much different we want it to be. But at the same time, the base of that song is going to be what we know and love, and that's Need for Speed. So it's Need for Speed through and through, just with a little, you know, sauce on top. So Darren White is the art director at Criterion Games, and he said that they wanted to deliver an art style that matters for gameplay, one that clearly celebrates player action. So we were talking about that in the trailer there. We saw like when we earned nitrous and hit multipliers and started drifts and stuff, that's when these pop up. So it's not just going to be a bunch of random stuff on screen that's happening all the time. It's going to be tailored to how you're playing and activate at certain instances and maybe even give you a benefit. You know, you're definitely going to notice a big explosion of energy more than you're going to notice like a little bar down in the bottom left turning yellow when you get full NOS. You know what I mean? So it could be interesting, and it actually could be almost a little bit strategic. He says, we wanted to take players to the next level in Need for Speed Unbound with our driving VFX, which we call tags. So tags are the name of all these things happening on screen. Now, these tags are inspired from street art and other media and stuff. I mean, it's literally called tags, like graffiti tags. So they talk about how it's interesting, and it's a very unique thing that they've created here because the world and the cars look so real. It's the best like visuals that we've ever had in a Need for Speed game. And then we also have this really cool street art that's literally coming to life. It's not 2D street art, it's big 3D street art that's growing and changing and evolving and ebbing and flowing and stuff on your screen and you know, adjusting to what you're doing. So it creates this cool effect of realism versus art that's coming to life. It sounds pretty cool. I'm really excited to see how it works. Again, like I said, I don't know how much I'm going to use it. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm definitely open to it. And I'm excited to see just how well it works. They go on to talk about some of the other customization in the game. So, I mean, we've heard about the soundtrack is going to be crazy. We're going to have clothing that we can choose and emotes and celebrations and things like that. They also say that we're going to be able to stylize the cars in greater detail and grandeur than ever before. So we'll have access to new wrap content, full kit selections, and exciting new ways of customization with part removal, where we can choose to expose the mechanical guts of the car and intimidate competition before we even creep up to the starting line. So we've seen that in some of the trailers. Like you can completely roof delete and have nothing but a roll cage above you. You can delete the front bumper. I might be able to take some doors off. You know, it's going to get crazy. So yeah, kind of a short trailer on Twitter, but a very, very big update for this game. Very exciting. We are going to have complete control over all of the effects, and we're going to have even more control over customization than we've ever had before in every facet of this game. Not just the anime stuff, but in terms of the cars, the clothes, the soundtracks, the everything else. So very, very exciting stuff. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think we're getting these as a weekly drop for the next like 7, 8, 9 weeks, something like that, whenever the game comes out. Bad at math. I think it's like 7 weeks, right? So as we get more updates, I will be sure to let you guys know. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.